This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz. Very excited to be speaking with Sam and Andy Zuchero about Love Me. How are you both doing today?
Good.
We're great. How are you?
Good. I'm very curious where the idea for this film first came from.
Let me take that.
Sure.
Okay. I think the idea for this film was we thought it was interesting if long after humankind was gone, two machines inherit the earth. But it didn't really become, the love me that it is until we realized it wasn't just about AI or machines or sentience. It was about us and trying to unpack who we are or discover who we are through the eyes of two new beings who have no idea what it means to be alive or in love.
I think there's something about your own relationship that helps make it possible for people like you to be able to make a film like this.
I mean, everything we make is all of us. Yeah, so we're constantly putting fights we have and agreements we have and the love
Fights.
we have into the characters that we create and the stories that we make.
I feel like I was thinking somewhat of the film AI with this in terms of like there's a possibility for it to be so depressing because there's just so much time that goes and it's bleak to think about, the end of humanity, etc. How did you navigate that to make sure that this was still an energizing, interesting film and not just something so bleak and theoretical?
You know, I know this is the end of humanity is so abstract, and because of how abstract it is, it tickles me a little bit. I think it's a little bit funny because we're so important right now. Every single thing that we do is everything on this planet. And for the planet and nature, it's, insanity to just go on without us. Actually makes me a little happy.
There is something about the film that we wanted to make you feel like big and small at the same time, and
Yeah.
it's sort of a meditation on our, insignificance. And there was a quote by Carl Sagan that I really loved, and he compared astrology, where he said astrology was a character building and humbling experience. And the idea of looking at something so big and realizing how tiny you are was sort of the feeling that we wanted to capture with the film.
I saw it about a year ago at Sundance when it premiered, and I feel like you couldn't have necessarily known it was going to be coming out right now as the
The
world
world
and the
is
US
ending.
in particular.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Do
not
you
kidding.
feel like it's a particularly fortuitous timing, maybe, that this is exactly the not necessarily escape, but intimidation of humanity into something not as great as we all think it is that we could all use right now?
I guess we'll have to see how the next 6 months go. I don't know.
Uh, yeah, I don't. I think it's like more. I mean, aside from humanity and stuff, but it is how these AI, these algorithms that we're creating, how they will interpret us and ultimately potentially control us, not by gaining sentience or anything like that, but by manipulating like our own emotions and getting us to do what the algorithm wants us to do because of our vulnerability, because we're emotional beings.
And I would also add that when we were writing this, when we were coming up with this idea, there's a way to look at the film where it's a pro AI film where the two characters are AI, but it's not a pro AI film for us. It's more of a warning where maybe the next love story that we have to tell doesn't include us because we're gone. And we're not saying that that would be because of AI, but I mean where we are right now is a precarious time, and we don't know what's going to happen and what the future is going to look like. So, Love Me in a way is maybe a warning.
Well, thank you so much for some time to discuss this, and best of luck if people start to see
That's
it.
dark. Sorry, super dark. Sorry.
Thank you.
Good, thanks, guys.